For years, fans of the Vampire Diaries have debated every love triangle, death, and resurrection that unfolded in the small town of Mystic Falls. But this dark new theory reimagines the series' central mystery in a completely new light. What if the Vampire Diaries isn't the story of a young woman discovering the supernatural world, but the dreamlike purgatory of someone who never truly survived? Elena Gilbert may have been dead from the very beginning, and the events of the entire series are her mind's attempt to process her own death. From the car crash that killed her parents to her final moment of peace in the series finale, the evidence woven throughout the show's 8 seasons suggests that The Vampire Diaries may not be about eternal life at all, but about accepting death. The opening moments of The Vampire Diaries already feel like a haunting déjà vu. When the series begins, Elena is reeling from the tragic death of her parents, leaving her as the sole survivor. She uses diary entries to work through her feelings of emptiness and the disconnect from her friends. The line that introduces her, "Dear Diary, today will be different," reads less like optimism and more like denial. It's the kind of mantra a lost soul might repeat while clinging to fading memories of life. The symmetry between the crash that killed her parents and the later accident in which Elena drowns, only to awaken as a vampire, feels deliberate. Both moments blur the line between life and death, water and rebirth. Even Stefan's first appearance deepens the uncanny atmosphere. He is drawn to Elena precisely because she looks like Catherine, a woman from his past. But under this theory, Stefan isn't a vampire enchanted by a resemblance. He's a memory, a fragment of Elena's mind replaying echoes of stories she once heard about love and tragedy. His connection to her isn't supernatural fate, but psychological projection. Mystic Falls is a town built on death, as curses, rituals, and ghosts haunt its founding families. People die and return so frequently that death becomes meaningless, or perhaps symbolic. If Elena's consciousness is trapped in a purgatorial state, Mystic Falls becomes her personal afterlife, a familiar place where the living and the dead coexist, as she cannot distinguish between them. Every resurrection and memory line up perfectly with the stages of grief. Every time Elena loses someone and gets them back, it mirrors the very human inability to let go. Even though she grieves, denies, and bargains, the cycle never breaks. This repetitive narrative structure, once a hallmark of supernatural television, suddenly reads as something far more psychological. Even the tone of Mystic Falls supports this. Despite being a small town, it never feels entirely real. The lighting, the perpetual twilight, and the eerie sense of isolation evoke a dreamlike world. People rarely leave, and those who do often return changed, if they return at all. Under this theory, Mystic Falls is a manifestation of Elena's mind, a town built from her memories and emotions. The supernatural laws that govern it are inconsistent because her subconscious keeps rewriting the rules. In a way, every vampire, witch, and doppelganger could represent a piece of her identity struggling to make sense of death. At the heart of the Vampire Diaries are the Salvatores. But what if Damon and Stefan aren't brothers at all, at least not in the literal sense? What if they are opposing aspects of Elena's psyche, competing for dominance as she grapples with her death? Stefan, the compassionate, guilt-ridden brother, represents memory and remorse. He is the part of Elena that clings to her humanity, desperate to make sense of what happened. His constant quest for redemption parallels Elena's attempt to reconcile her past. When Stefan repeatedly tells Elena to hold on to her humanity, it reads like a subconscious warning, her mind urging her not to disappear completely into death. Damon, by contrast, embodies denial and temptation. He is everything Elena represses, like desire, anger, recklessness, and the longing to feel alive again. His introduction reflects the seductive pull of escapism. He tempts Elena to surrender to her new existence, to abandon morality, and accept her fate. Together, the Salvatores become the faces of Elena's internal struggle. Stefan is the part that refuses to let go, and Damon is the part that wants to forget. The fact that both brothers fall in love with her reflects how tightly she clings to her own conflicting emotions. Their rivalry is, in essence, an allegory for self-reconciliation,